Establishment of an audit committee. How, Governor, from your response, there is no evidence that you have established an audit committee. How would Nakuru, such a big county with a city, not have an audit committee? What is the difficulty in establishing an audit committee? Because without an audit committee, then internal control, internal audit is completely useless. An auditor or treasury, you will need to explain to us the importance of an audit committee in that context, because they don't have it, unless there's evidence that that has been established. Governor?
Thank you, Chair. We actually advertised for it last year, but when many of those who applied were not qualified. So we didn't have enough to constitute the committee, but we are back on the drawing board again, right? Oh, we already re-advertised again, actually. Yeah.
Is that part of your submissions on file? Because it was a substantive issue, so that we can see how you responded. Because it's not a casual thing, Governor. It's if you advertised last year and to date there's no audit committee, that is a serious violation of the PFM Act and regulations. Reverend, what is the importance of an audit committee so that we are not dealing with irrelevant things?
Honorable Chair and members, basically the importance of the audit committee is to offer assurance to the management that the internal processes they are serving the purposes for which they were intended.
Can you have an effective internal audit function without an audit committee?
No. It's supposed to actually appraise the internal processes, those audit committees, and their reports should give assurance to the management that all is well. Now, in the absence of the audit committees, you know that assurance is lacking.
OG?
Thank you, Chair. The audit committee is very, very key to the internal controls implementation, where they will both implement external audit reports, recommendations, the Senate recommendation, and even the internal audit functions. So it's a very key committee that will oversee, because it's independent from the management, and they will ensure that all these are implemented. Thank you, Chair.
Now, legal, just look up that section 54 of the Public Audit Act. So that, because we are now in implementation, we are not on audit. We said you need to establish an audit committee. You have not established an audit committee. There is somebody in the organization who has that responsibility. According to the Act, is it the CEC Finance?
Maybe we can refer to the Act, the actual Act, Chair.
Governor, in your view, who takes responsibility for establishment of an audit committee? Obviously, you are the CEO, but functionally, who takes that responsibility?
I believe it would be the CEC for Finance.
CEC Finance? Is the responsibility?
Yes, Chair.
Actually, sorry, Chair. I'm thinking they would have to be reporting to the governor.
Yes.
Not the CEC.
But yes, Governor CEO, but there's some legwork that needs to be done in terms of causing the advertisements, etc., making the request to the County Public Service Board to make the advertisements. Who takes that original responsibility?
That would be the CEC.
CEC Finance, is that your duty?
Yes, Chair. And as Her Excellency has explained, last year we advertised. The applications came in, but what came from the board is that majority of them did not have the requisite qualification and experience. And in July on 19th, we advertised. It went on the paper, and I'm here to confirm with the board where they are at as of now.
You have the advert here?
Yeah, yes, it should be.
The one that you're citing?
Yes. Page 558.
Of
This
which
is the
volume?
second one. Volume 2.
So Nakuru, such a big county, cannot attract people to sit in the audit committee, and yet we have seen. Did Isiolo? I think even Isiolo demonstrated that they have been able to constitute an audit committee. Not saying that Isiolo is small. Yeah. So if Isiolo can attract qualified people to the audit committee, I have a lot of problems believing what the CC is saying, unless we get a report from the County Public Service Board.
Which volume?
Volume 2, page 558.
I was waiting for the comeback of Senator Dulo.
You know, you'd rather paper compliance than no compliance at all.
Yeah, and you know the alternative capital city of Nairobi is Nakuru.
And the future capital is Isiolo, as per Vision 2030.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When things are right in Isiolo.
So, members, have you seen the adverts?
Yes, Chair. It's dated 18th July
Of this year?
of this year. 18th of July. When
Sorry.
did you receive our report?
Sorry, Chair, it's on volume 2, page 558.
Yes, you've seen the advert sent on 18th July. When did you receive the report of our recommendations? Because I think, Chair, it was tabled on 27th of March.
Yes, you may respond.
Yes, we received the recommendation in June of this year.
Okay, since we are now...
So, Chair, actually, 18th of July was supposed to be the date, the final date for receipt of the applications. So from July 18th, have you made any step? Have you interviewed? Because the whole of August, no action. You know, from 18th to 30th of July, 31st, nothing. August, nothing. Are you really serious? You want to form this audit committee? Governor, are you comfortable operating without an audit committee?
Through the chair, we do have a little situation there when it comes to the board, because their term ended on the 31st of July,
Which board?
my county public service board. So as much as it was closing on the 18th, the board has had no quorum. But the process of recruitment for the new one has been done, and I believe the names are now in the county assembly. So once we have a reconstituted, or once we have quorum in the board, then I'm sure whatever was on their desks and pending will be completed. So the delay may have been caught up due to the lapse in the time for the board.
Senator Lelegwe.
Chair, I don't think the governor is honest on this issue and the CC, because when you see that advert, it's titled the county government of Nakuru, and all those applications were supposed to be received by the county secretary and head of public service, not the county public service board. Just check on that advert. The details are there.
Chair, Chair, I don't know how to respond to that. So when the senator says we are not being honest, I would wish to point out to the senator that the county secretary does not interview job applicants. It's actually handled by the county public service board at the county level.
Well, I think he's making a statement of fact.
I'm just,
because-
I'm saying, I'm giving feedback on their submission that they don't have a board or the board have advertised. When you see this, it's not advertised by the board, and the person to receive these applications, as indicated in the advert, is the County Secretary, Head of Public Service, County Government of Nakuru. So I don't know from this advert where the service board comes from.
Now, Governor, if we say too much, we are going to end up contradicting each other. I agree with the Senator's assessment on the basis of what we are seeing here, because applications were to be sent to the County Secretary and Head of Public Service. If it was to go to CPSB, perhaps it would have been addressed as such. But the key thing is this. You don't have an audit committee. Do you have an approved internal audit charter? What's the name of that charter that needs to be approved?
That's called the internal audit.
Charter.
Yes.
Do you have an approved internal audit charter? Who is the foremost professional? Because CEC Finance does not have to be an accountant. Or are you a member of the institute? Chief Officer, Finance. What's the professional membership for Chief Officer Finance? Is Chief Officer Finance present?
Yeah.
But if Chief Officer Finance is not present, what is the professional background of Chief Officer Finance? See, you have a Chief Officer Finance. See, why are you smiling instead of answering a question that is as black and
but
white?
I have a CPA, my CO, Economic Planning.
No.
Yes.
This thing of audit committee is so important. ISPAC has made it clear that where a county does not have an audit committee, I think they've even done some opinion on the matter, that Senate has the power to report to ISPAC for necessary professional sanctions to be taken on members of their profession who have that responsibility and fail to advise the governor or fail to implement it. And that's what I'm driving at. So if it's not the CEC, then there will be a CEO. And if there is no CEO, and again, the law does not require CEO to be a member of ISPAC, but head of accounting services or head of treasury must be a member of the institute, isn't it? So who's the head of treasury or head of accounting services in this delegation?
Director Dam.
The guy I thought did not require further training. Mr. Dundo, why are you operating? Because that means you are the foremost accountant in the entity. A member of ISPAC, I believe so?
Not yet, sir.
How are you head of accounting services and you're not a member of ISPAC? Supervising CPAs? Governor, how does that, because those are positions of merit. They are not like the CC and CO positions.
We actually had one director. And Chair, I think there's something that I need to go back a bit. I know you said let's not talk too much about that, but it's important for the record. On that advert, when it says to the county secretary and head of public service, it's just an office that where there is a, what is it called?
No, Governor, let me guide you. It's
By
not.
all applications
It's not an issue. So,
Okay.
Senator Delegu has stated it.
Okay.
Don't go back to it.
Okay.
We want to find a solution.
Yes.
And I want to make a recommendation to ISPAC
Sure.
to hold one of your professionals accountable.
That's fine.
And that's what I'm trying to identify.
Okay, I just took offense, not offense, but I just was taken aback when it was put on the record that.
No,
you're lying.
leave that
so I was
alone.
just correcting that. As far as the one who was, what was his name? Director Finance was Mongai, who just recently retired. He is the one who had that designation. we are currently recruiting for that position, for the
So,
director.
so to put it in context, Nakuru County does not have a county public service board,
Yeah.
does not have an audit committee, does not have a chief officer finance, does not have a qualified head accounting services. 4 very critical institutions in the county. How do you expect to achieve your goals, Governor, in the absence of those very critical structures?
Chair, I think it's just it's unfortunate that a lot of it lapsed at the same time, especially, for example, the County Public Service Board, the term ending, and that of the director retiring. So the succession planning there may have been, I mean, there was not much we could do about the County Public Service Board, for example. We still had to go through the processes in recruitment. We did put together the committee that was to recruit. They came on board. They did the recruitment. We couldn't rush them. I think it's taken the last couple of months to do that. But the names are now at the county assembly. So here shortly within, and then our county assembly happens to be on recess, because I believe they may have your calendar. But they're coming back, I believe, for a special sitting just to pass the county public, to have a sitting on the County Public Service Board. So that will be soon taken care of. As you can see, there was an advertisement for the audit committee, and the people tasked with recruitment in county government is the County Public Service Board. So as soon as they are there, they are in place, this will be one of the first things they do.
Governor, I wouldn't even want you to explain.
Okay.
We just want to paint the picture for
Sure.
you,
Sure.
so that you see the kind of problem that you have.
Sure.
I hope you have an internal auditor,
We do, don't you?
but without a charter.
Of course, the internal auditor is here with us. We do have a charter, but he has told me that it was not approved. But there,
Yeah, because it's
one
approved
place
by the
it wasn't
audit
approved.
committee.
Exactly.
The picture we are painting for you is, if you don't have an audit committee, a public service board, a chief officer finance, a qualified head of accounting services, an approved internal audit charter, then your financial management is going to be in shambles. And it is something that you must go back and deal with urgency. I don't want to hard press you to explain to us what you're doing, but go back and reflect on that. That is a recipe for failure if you don't have those institutions.
Sure.
So do we keep this in view, hoping that by the time you are doing the audit, there'll be some demonstrable measures?
Yes, Chair. We'll keep it in view.
Okay. Establishment of audit committees, having approved internal audit charters, having qualified persons running the financial management of the counties can also be added as parameters on the ranking that we are planning to do for counties. Can we then go back now to the issues unresolved?